All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
On the double.
44 to Mike. All day.
Protein spill. Hey, Charlie.
Watch
Hey, lock it.
Safety's creeping.
Fire.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And incomplete to open things up. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And now it's second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. 79 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Let's go, baby.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
180.
I'm here all day.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Quincy Wilson in on the stop.
Gun.
Brings up second and 8 at the 24-yard line.
20. 6.
On second down, here's Barkley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. On first down, it's Newton. Buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Switch.
8.
On second down, Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up second and 9 at the Colts' 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the air now with Newton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton eluding the pressure right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people...
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Jabal Sheard, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Flushed out right. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Jabal Sheard in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
We got 4. We got 4.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
On 4th down, Newton. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
45, 5, 42.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he gets it to Funchess complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams...
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's Hines, and an alley to run.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On the ready. Hey, Haywood.
Block now on first down. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Deep river.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And it is now 21-0. It is Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Flush to his right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Double dog, that's the way.
On second down now, Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Gun.
Play action. It's Newton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And a rout is on here in this first half. And it's been a Terry now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Newton on third down. And finding Keelan Cole. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Newton now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jabal Sheard, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Gun.
Hey, 4 down.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Greg.
Mike's 50. Man, I got you.
Express. 50's the mark. I'm going to run you.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. This goes out right to Doyle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, it's Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Vinatieri now for the point after. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Hey, 50's the mic, 50's the mic. Time to go, night.
On first and 10, Newton escaping the pressure right. Looking long for Westbrook, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's get it.
Mike's 50. Let's go, D.
To throw again, Newton. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Justin Houston has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
He's going to air one out. It got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. And the Jaguar first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
All day, baby, all day.
Here's Newton. His throw incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 7.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From the red zone now, Newton. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. From the 45 on second down. Locke. Ebron caught left side. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Throwing now is Locke. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Jayon Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Locke. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. From the gun on third down, Locke. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg, maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Newton. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Jaguars.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. Open man right side is Ingram. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey! I'm coming after you!
A final shot before the break. Newton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. The shotgun snap for Newton. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. On second down now, Barkley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Key him. Key the tight end. We got 4. We got 4.
Gun.
Now Newton on first down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dwayne Smoot, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Alpha.
44.
Go.
Let's put him on the button.
Go.
Another try after the first down sack. Locke. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Oh, always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he won't be close to it. First down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
At the 50-yard line.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator.
Hey! Watch out.
Protein spill. Gone.
Watch the whip.
Get it.
On first down, Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Hey, Echo. Fire.
On 2nd and 12, Lock. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
X3, 218, chopper. Smoke.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Caught left side by Funchess. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This is Hines. And some room to roam now. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They come out here in the eye.
80 weapon. Snap.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Eluding the pressure right. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Watch Swift. Single.
On 3rd down, Newton being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. Out of the gun, Newton. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The sack by Marcus Hunt. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Newton forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Third and long, it's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They will go for it. Now Newton. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep. It's caught inside the 25. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Back now in Indianapolis. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check number 19. Check number 19. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jabal Sheard in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Throwing is Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Justin Houston in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. Funches has it complete. Funch Funchess is free. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess, 97 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game... No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's singing.
She's on, like, the fifth tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Gun.
Throwing again on second down. Newton. The open man is Westbrook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. Now it's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here we go.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton, and it's a Jacksonville touchdown.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw again on second down, Newton. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Chris Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Gun.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They snap it to Newton. And finding Keelan Cole. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here's Newton. Flush to his right. They find some open field here. 12 more yards there and another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Jabal Sheard in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Newton. Defensively hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Colts pick it up. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Indianapolis, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.